from the breakfast team, and the Prime Minister is to make an announcement on the expansion of the Startup Loan Scheme. The scheme was launched last year and the first loans were awarded in September 2012. Young entrepreneurs who apply will receive support and mentoring to develop their ideas. Depending on the business plan, they can get financial support and low interest loans. James Caan chairs the Startup Loans Company, and you probably remember him from Dragon's Den on the telly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you explain how this all works then?
It's very, very simple. I'm doing what I've always done, which is backing young people to start businesses. So in Dragon's Den, when I did the 4 series there, I was able to start nearly 14 different businesses. But through this scheme, in the last 3 months alone, we've backed 460 young entrepreneurs that have come up with great ideas to start their own business. So how this really works is you go to startuploans.co.uk, where you're able to see exactly the support we provide. I then put you in touch with a local partner who's in your area that you can meet to discuss your idea and your proposition. If it's something that we can see that you've really thought through and there's a genuine market of people who are prepared to buy your product or service, we then try and match you with a mentor, somebody that's been out there and done this before, that's got real experience and understanding of business. We then provide you with the actual capital needed to get that business on the ground. So this is not just about capital, but it's about the expertise and the support that you need.
I think that's a really important thing, though, isn't it? If you're starting out a business for yourself, initially, you could probably feel quite lonely, and having somebody to mentor you and support you, hugely important.
I mean, I think certainly when I first started, that was the one thing that I found really difficult, because whenever you do anything for the first time, stuff that's really basic, do I have to pay VAT on this? Do I need to set up my own company? Do I need to be self-employed? If I hire somebody, what do I do? I've got this great idea, but how do I really price it? When I walk into, potential customers, what happens if I have to give them or leave them a free sample? I mean, these could be really simple questions, but if you've never done it before, how do you work that out? So I think providing that mentor, I do honestly think, is the difference between success and failure sometimes in these startup businesses.
I think those are very important. But let's talk about the money. I mean, in Dragon's Den, you had throwing around 250 grand was neither here nor there.
All in a day's work.
Oh, yeah. Throw some my way, would you? How much are you lending them?
I think the initial idea, what I'm looking to do is provide that initial seed capital. So depending on the proposition, it could be between £2,500 to maybe £3,000. In some cases, we've lent £3,000.
Is that enough, James?
Well, I mean, when I started myself, I started with less than £2,000 because
how long ago was that?
Well, when you start a recruitment business, what you really need is a desk and a phone. You don't even need your own office in doing that. Today, with technology, with the computer, you don't even need a database because you can access information via LinkedIn. So a lot of the businesses that we're supporting are entrepreneurs that are looking to start from home. So this could be literally an online business. It could be somebody who wants to start his own plumbing business or a carpentry business, or somebody that's just graduated in fashion design that wants to create individual items that they want to supply their local market or their local boutiques. And what she wants is that first machine and some fabric to put a collection together. So all the people we've met, we can absolutely see that it's not just about the capital, but it's that concept of getting somebody to help them. So we found those 460 businesses, the business plans that were presented to us really needed anywhere between £2,000 to £3,000 to get them up and running initially. And what I'm trying to do is get them to create a business that can sustain their livelihood. So
what if they fail, James? Do they have to give the money back?
Well, I mean, obviously what we're trying to do is assess that business plan to make sure
it doesn't.
That it works. But at the end of the day, there are no guarantees in business that it's going to work, and there is always that risk that the business may not work. And we understand that. We know this is a very high-risk area, but I think the experience and the journey for somebody to start a business and go through that process also probably makes them more employable. It gives them that sense of confidence that they've tried something themselves. So I do think it's got other benefits, just simply not about starting the business, but trying to develop them as individuals.
OK, well, have you got 250 grand spare that you'd like to give me?
Well, try me. Give me a pitch. Tell me something how I've got money too.
Tell yourself, woman.
Thing here.
I haven't got time, but maybe I'll write you a letter.
All you want me to say is for those reasons I'm out. That's all.
There we go. Thank you very much. Always great to talk to you. Thanks, James. So James Caan, who chairs the Startup Loans Company, and of course, formerly you'll remember him from Dragon's Den.